Hello everyone, I'm Jaina and I'm a Dead by Daylight content creator. I'm a trans woman who was able to come out thanks to the game itself, especially thanks to the demise of the Fateful chapter, where thanks to Jane I was actually able to relate with a character and to discover the woman who's inside me, the woman who is actually me. And during these years I worked hard to try to make that inspiration becoming real, to try to create the Romero show, to promote inclusivity and solidarity as main values through the contents I actually work on every day through Dead by Daylight. My dream for the future of this game is to actually see real representation that can come through cosmetics or through the story of a character that is actually already existing or will be announced in the future. We actually don't know about this, but I'm really excited for the future of DBD. In a way that will help the trans siblings of the community feeling more represented, in a way that will make them feeling welcomed as it happened to me in 2019. And to actually be able to live as a community in a more authentic way. So my dream is actually to be able to see more representation, more inclusivity in DBD and in its community, because if there is something I learned during these years after knowing so many trans siblings, is that we exist and we are actually really proud and happy to be part of this community and to play this game every day with all of you.
Hey, my name is Alexander92, but you can call me Alex. I'm a queer trans guy from the UK and use he/him pronouns. I've been playing Dead by Daylight since 2016 and it's led to wonderful friendships and hilarious memories. When I started on YouTube and Twitch, my content was primarily this game. I did burn out from it for a bit, honestly, but I've been rediscovering my joy for it lately. I remember when the Rainbow Charm was released, it felt like Dead by Daylight was stepping up to the plate and supporting the queer community, but a Rainbow Charm isn't going to cut it. Right now, trans people have never been in the public eye more, and sadly, nearly all of it is negative. We need to drown out that negativity by showing support. This could be something big, like how my dad has been helping other trans students because of me, or small, like a colleague at work noticing an old IT error that meant people could see my dead name. It's not enough for people to know trans people exist. We need to give the world examples, role models, people they can approach. I didn't even know trans people were a thing until I was 18, and it took another 3 years for me to recognise and accept that I was one of them. I knew one person who was trans during that period. If it hadn't been for her, it may have taken me even longer, or I may not even be here. Because that's the thing people ignore time and time again in this debate. We're real people who have real suffering. The blatant truth is, without transitioning, I would not be here today. Not because being trans directly causes mental health difficulties, but because society not accepting me as my genuine self does. So during this Transgender Day of Visibility, just see us. Be there for us. See you in games.
Hello everyone, I'm Astral. I hope everything is well and amazing, but remember, if it's not, it's gonna get better, I promise. Thank you so much, Jane, for this opportunity to show myself and talk a little bit about my experience. As a mixed race trans girl, I remember not actually having any characters where I could look at and say, that's me, physically. You know what I mean? I always identified myself with a few characters mentally, you know, their personality, their actions, but never fully physically, until Zarina was added in Dead by Daylight. I remember I let out a few tears of joy and thought to myself, I finally see me. And representation is very important for everyone. Because a few people might think, no, not a few, a lot of people might think they are alone, that they are non-existent. and we need to remind them they are wrong. We are together and we fight together as much as we fight for us. We have to fight for our siblings too. We have to remember we are together. We are strong. Thank you very much, Jane, and have a great day.
Hi, hello. My name is Borgi, but those who know me on a more personal level know me as Lucas or Gus. I'm a 30-year-old disabled autistic trans man who just likes to bring positivity and good vibes to the people who enjoy watching me over on Twitch. I use he, him, or they, them pronouns, and am very open with both my gender and sexual identity. I can honestly say it's because of Dead by Daylight that I am who I am today. If it wasn't for this game, I wouldn't have met the friends I have now and the friends I consider almost like my second family. Seeing representation and visibility in a game is huge. Seeing big companies add characters, lore, and items to a game that involve the LGBTQIA+ community is amazing, especially when they don't do it for the money. I've seen so many companies throw in cosmetics and characters in games with pride aesthetics, but you have to pay a lot of money to get them. Then you see Dead by Daylight. They give you lore, they give you characters, and they give you charms without you ever needing to use real money. Sure, you can use real money to get them, but you can also unlock them with just in-game currency. Even now in 2022, we need visibility more now than ever. With the world seeming to turn its back on the LGBTQIA community and their basic human rights, we escape the real world to go somewhere where we can be socially accepted. Video games. We dive into video games to escape the problems that we are facing right now in the real world, just to be socially loved and accepted for who we truly are. We deserve it in video games, and we deserve it in real life too. I do hope to see more content in Dead by Daylight tuned to the LGBTQIA community. I'm hoping to see new survivors that are possibly trans, non-binary, gender fluid, and many more of the identities that we all know and love. Can't wait to see what this game has in store for us.
Hey there guys, I am Kitsukami and I am a transgender DBD creator, and I am genuinely just here to kind of talk about the situation of trans representation in Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight means a lot of things to me. It's essentially the game that I have become so focused on and so happy with, and it's given me a community in which I can thrive in. As much as I can do anyway. I would love it if we could mix both of the trans representation in gaming into DVD and essentially have that bleed through. I am looking to be, well, at least one of the amazing people that are helping out with trans visibility and just in DVD in general, like, and put that forward and make that a more defining thing in the community. Jane is doing a fantastic job, as she is, putting forward as much information and as much detail as possible about us and who we are and what DVD means for us. And she's asked us all to come together right now and put together a little something just to say what it means, like, for us in general. And as a trans creator, I do feel safe on Twitch, and I have a lot of a community that is transgender and LGBTQIA plus presenting, and I love everybody. I love this community. I love what it's about, but I feel like we need more trans representation in Dead by Daylight as a whole. I think we could definitely put that forward. We could show that. We could be more about that. We could do more things, and that's hopefully what we're going to do in the coming years, and put our foot forward in creating a safer space for not only transgender creators but everybody under the umbrella. And I just want to be one of those people that helps out with that and this attitude in which we are going forward. And I again thank you, Jane, for making this the most wholesome thing I think you've ever done. It's so nice. And Dead by Daylight behaviour. I hope you see this, and I hope you put your foot forward in helping people like us, because we play your game a lot. I've got thousands of hours in this game, as much as most other people who play this as much as I do, and it's we love it. We do adore your game, and we would love to see some trans representation and the visibility for us creators who want to do better. And yeah, that's all I really needed to say. I wanted to put that forward and kind of show the love that we have as a community, because we're actually amazing people, and it's we need to be seen, basically.
My name is Quinn, and I'm from the UK. I came out as a transgender male last year, and I was very fortunate that most of my friends supported me. Though the support I'd received from that large community I'd been in for a while was incredibly pleasant, trying to get involved into a new community as a trans male made me incredibly anxious. I played Dead by Daylight for many hours before I ventured into finding any DBD communities I could get active in, through watching Dead by Daylight streamers or finding relevant TikToks, which would then lead to a Discord link to a DBD-based community. I was pleasantly surprised to join a few communities who accepted me for who I was. I didn't feel the need to justify my identity to them, and I've even made a few really close friends that I feel I will keep in touch with for a very long time. I believe that the representation of the transgender community have helped out with my smooth transition from one large community to another, and I feel like it's super important for all transgender people to feel just as welcome as I did coming into the Dead by Daylight community. We are valid, and today is all about raising awareness in a positive way.
Hey there, my name is Era, although you most likely know me as my character here, James, or maybe even as the eerie Quinn King in DBD. I am a non-binary genderfuck entity, and I currently use they/he pronouns, and am experimenting with Fae Bun Neo pronouns depending on what character I play that day on stream. Dead by Daylight has been one of the very few PvP games I can stomach as a queer person. It's very difficult as a gamer, especially someone who's constantly perceived as feminine, to find safe spaces in the world of gaming. Add on being lesbian, queer, non-binary, and it just makes the whole thing a huge mess. However, the LGBTQ+ community of DBD has been such a safe space for me while I gain my bearings in life. I'm so blessed to have met and seen several queer and gay identities and sexualities and all kinds of other people, represented both in the Fog Whisper program and the Fog itself. I do hope behavior includes more direct trans and non-binary rep in the future though, both in its representatives and its characters. It would mean the world to see more obscure or less represented gender identities such as omnigender, bigender, so on and so forth. Trans people come in so many shapes, sizes, and all races. You never know whose life could be touched by finding someone like them, or whose life could change for the better by finding a label for an identity that they could feel but couldn't quite place a name to. I'd also like to thank Jane for being such an active and valiant part of the trans community in DBD. I appreciate your passion for our safe spaces more than words can express. Good luck out there in the fog, stay safe, and as always, I'll see you when I see you.
Come on, darling, get on up. There's gates to be powered on. Welcome to the Fog. I'm Somber Twilight, your guide, and here is my introduction. I've been playing Dead by Daylight since 1964, a very long time. My preferred survivor is Kate Denson, and I'm an attention deficit, therefore I enjoy being chased. Now, time for the meat of this discussion. T-girls have been around since the dawn of time. Give us credibility, respect, and a support system. Ugh. I mean, come on. The amount of hate we get is abysmal, and all based around ignorance. If you try talking to one of us, you might educate yourself, or better yet, make a friend. It's not that hard. Mwah. See you later, sweet stuff.
Hello everyone, I'm Jukebox. I'm a competitive DVD player and streamer, and I play the Plague and Pig, as well as Survivor. I identify as non-binary, gender fluid, and that falls under the transgender umbrella. DVD means a lot to me. I've been playing it for so many years. It's also got me into horror movies, which has been my favorite genre of movie ever since I learned about them. DVD has been a huge help. I've met a lot of friends through it and created such a good community of people, just good people, honest people. And it's been a huge help, especially during the pandemic when you don't really get to see your friends on the outside of your house and you just have to talk with people online all the time. It's been great creating a community of people who can come together and all appreciate the same thing. I also love the characters in this game and how we can see ourselves in them because of their backstory or their appearance. But at the same time, it makes me sad that we don't have the LGBTQ representation that we should have in this game. I think representation is super important, and seeing yourself in media is very powerful. It shows that you're not alone, you can see people like you, and it shows that the creators of that media care about all kinds of people. And I would love to see more LGBTQ+ rep in DVD through the characters and their backstories. Just hope that when the devs finally do it, they consult with people in the LGBTQ community before making the character, so that it doesn't come off as patronizing or tacky, and I think it'll be a really good thing for the whole community. Happy Trans Day Visibility, everyone.
Hi, my name is Teddy. I am a 24-year-old trans man from the UK and I'm a Dead by Daylight streamer. I have been streaming since November, and since then I have made a lovely community within Twitch and Discord. I feel like it has made me gain my confidence so much, because before this I really struggled to make friends due to the fact that I was trans and I thought I was going to be judged by people, because I always had trouble with cis men not treating me the same. But ever since I've been streaming, everyone within any community has been so lovely to me. I recently made a best friend online, and we have created the best stream team organisation for LGBT small creators to be able to have the platform that they deserve, because I feel like the representation isn't as big as it should be, and I feel like we all deserve a platform, no matter race, gender, sexuality. And it really has made a lot of people's confidence grow and Twitch's grow, and I can't wait to see the future of Dead by Daylight as well. And I feel like Trans Day of Visibility is everything to trans people, to be able to celebrate us being ourselves. And also, Dead by Daylight, if you're seeing this, I think we deserve a trans flag charm.
Hey y'all, this is just a little intro to me. I'm Seizure, and I am a DVD comp player for Team Kraken and Team Caffeine Dream. Hello. And yeah, no, I play a ridiculous amount of Dead by Daylight. So, we're here for the Trans Visibility Day little mini videos, and I'm just gonna have like a quick little rundown of like what rep would mean for me. And for the most part, it's like seeing yourself on the big stage of something that you always liked a lot. I'm sorry, I'm not exactly healthy right now. But just it's like the image of, okay, you're a Star Wars stan. You love yourself some Star Wars, and then you suddenly get to be picked to be like the main character of the next Star Wars film. It's a really big feels good, and it's wonderful to be able to see. And it would honestly, at least for me, be something to really give you a pick-me-up and give you some sort of internalized support and validation towards, you know, look, if I can speak, but it gives you a lot of personal validation to the fact that you exist and that you get to feel something, and then you also just feel massively proud of where you are and where people like you are in terms of your place in the world. But that being said, I will bid you farewell. I have to keep this short and sweet.